Hello and welcome to The Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I'm one of your hosts, Tom.
I'm Tim.
Tim, how are you doing this fine week?
Tom, I'm doing all right, and I'm having a cold beer because it's the summertime.
Whoa, that sounds pretty cool.
Tom, how many beers have you had?
I've had one beer, Tim. That's it. I drank
All
it
right.
too fast, and now I'm
Yeah.
drinking a soda because you shamed me.
Yeah, I shamed you.
You shamed me.
Yeah, no, I just I get concerned when you drink beer like it's water.
Or like it's soda.
Yeah, or like,
Well, I was thirsty, Tim. I had to turn off the air conditioner so people don't hear the air conditioner and, know too much about what happens behind the scenes here. People think the air in here is naturally conditioned.
well, I wanted people to think that we had some sort of futuristic air conditioner that made no noise.
Well, like the Dyson Airblade.
exactly. Oh,
The
Tom.
future's now. What?
Shh. Wait, Dyson makes a freaking thing that is quiet?
Yeah, the circle fan that has no blade.
Oh.
You've seen that thing.
Do they also make that hand dryer that sounds
Yes.
like a GD jet engine?
Yeah, that you like just kind of slip your hands in and out.
Yeah, why can't they make that quiet?
Because it's two different things. Because
That's a fair point, Tom.
yeah, because one is meant to like sanitize your hands, and then the other is meant
Well,
to
one
just
is
give a
meant-
little cool breeze.
One is meant to dry your hands. I think they've proven that they don't really sanitize your hands.
Well, that's like new stuff is new allegations have come to light that thing doesn't really
but
isn't more not humane. What's the other word? Sanitary than paper towel or a regular old hand dryer, the old fashioned kind your grandpa used to use.
well, the hand dryers, the old-fashioned, my grandfather's hand dryer, and look,
My grandfather dried his hands in the wind.
no, he invented the hand dryer, as you know, Tom. That's
Your
why I'm
grandpa did?
Yeah, that's why I'm so wealthy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's why I can do this show all day, every day.
And that's why your hands are always so dry.
Exactly. No, but those hand dryers.
No, just kidding. Your hands are always clammy. Old clammy hand stem.
How are you doing this week, Tom?
No, I'm sorry. You were saying about your grandfather.
No, this isn't about like clammy hands.
Well, actually, you know what, Tim? I have a question for you,
All right.
and it's something I've been chewing on this week, and it pertains to old people.
Cool.
And
You haven't been chewing on old people again, have you?
They don't notice. There is maybe there's an explanation for this, and I just don't know it. I'm just dumb. Maybe nobody's thought of this, and I got a gold mine here. How come when you're like a real old man, I'm talking like real old, like in your 90s,
Okay.
why can't you just take out a bunch of credit cards and be like, yeah, I'm not paying these back. I'm going to die.
Because
Tough.
your estate has to pay for them.
What if you're like, I don't have an estate?
Yeah, if you're a lonely old man,
Yeah.
I don't think Capital One's giving you a line of credit.
But can they be like, no, we think
You're too old.
We think we think you have every intention of dying without paying us back.
Probably.
But what if you had good credit your whole life?
Yeah.
Then what's...
I think once you hit 90, they shave 100 points off your credit score.
Yeah, but
just by dint of you're an old man. What are you gonna look? Your income has fallen, right? Unless you're going to work every day
right.
and a fixed income. I think a 90-year-old man has pretty bad credit.
But they give credit cards to college kids, and they have terrible credit.
Yeah.
Or no credit, but they...
Because they have parents that'll pay them. They have someone else to put on the hook.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, is there a way you can get somebody else on the hook?
Yeah, I mean the same like
Not family, like somebody you don't like.
probably you can marry somebody.
Not against their will. Not if they don't want you to.
Yeah, and I guess the only time somebody will marry an old man is if he has money. Then you wouldn't need to be pulling this credit scheme.
Yeah. Well, what if you married somebody for money and you were like, all right, hey, marry me. I'm real rich.
Right.
I can't show you yet, but then once we're married, I'll show you all the credit cards I have that prove how rich I am.
Right.
And then, that person, they don't know. That dope's going to get stuck with all your
Yeah, I think you'll have to. It'll have to be like at least a 2-man com, right? It'll be like you get your buddy who's got all the credit cards already,
Right.
to front you some money to buy like a really nice watch.
Oh, no, that's good. Because here's, what I was going to say. If I'm the first person to really think of this, I want to get some kind of, well, I guess a scam can't be a business. Well, sometimes a scam can be a business. But I want to get some kind of scheme where I got like a whole stable of old men and women. That I'm
all right, I like where this is going. I mean, you can do all sorts of things.
Yeah, if I just have a cabal of old men and women, then I'm like, hey, look, especially like a lot of old people, they're bored.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, all right, come on, get involved in this scam. Worst thing that happens is you go to jail. But guess what? Like, you only got a couple of years left
they're not
anyway.
going to send a 93-year-old man to jail.
But even if they did, whatever. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You got a bunch of people with nothing to lose. It's kind of like how, like kids get juvenile records. And then some people, criminals later on, they're like, I should have done more when I was a juvenile because then those records are sealed. Same thing with old people. Like, there's really very few repercussions.
Do you think if there was a way that they made very old people more energetic?
All of them? like
a way, like
some kind of like a chemtrail situation to put stuff in the water?
Yeah, or some sort of like if they came up with a medication that didn't prolong your life but gave you more energy when you got really old, that'd be a problem because then you have a bunch of people. They know the clock.
That would probably be a better business.
The clock is running out, and now you got people who like have enough energy to exact
get up to some stuff.
Their revenge on whatever they need to do. Right? Like, I think we're not like we don't have to worry about old people with nothing to lose now because they're fairly limited in what they can do.
You rarely hear politicians talking about how one of the biggest threats facing the country and the world, honestly, is old people with nothing to lose.
Yeah, but imagine these people had the energy,
right,
to do whatever sick schemes they've been cooking up.
Yeah,
and knowing that there'd be absolutely no consequences.
Right. Or if they are, whatever, just...
Yeah. Oh, you know what? If I get caught, I'll just die.
If I get caught, I'll just trip and fall and die.
And everybody will be like, ugh. Also, like, whenever you hear of, like, a really old person doing something egregious.
Yeah.
Everybody's like,
it's adorable.
What a cute old man.
Yeah. Oh, you get an old man to, stick up a bank for you, but you put him in like a little hat.
A world's #1 grandpa knit cap.
And that's in his mugshot. I guess you'd have to like sew it to his head or something so they could take it off.
I think they'd let him. I think the
son, do you mind if I wear my hat in the mugshot?
Yeah,
my grandson gave it to me. It's very important. All right.
Yeah,
and then no jury in the world would convict him.
Or they would, and the judge would be like, "Okay, whatever. If we send you to jail, you'll probably die. So just go home.
Yeah,
just go home, old man."
Or the judge would, be like, "All right, you gotta go to jail." And it'd be like, yeah, that's fine, because guess what? I'm the kingpin behind all this. I'm the mastermind, and I got new old men coming in every day of the week.
Yeah,
and guess what? I'm protected because they can't remember my name.
Oh, okay.
So they can't rat me out if they wanted to.
Now you're administering the drug that gives them more energy. You're shooting them up with adrenaline.
Yeah,
I think we could probably do this now without even developing a drug. I think nobody has been incentivized to shoot very old men up with adrenaline.
Yeah, to get them to commit crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if I'm giving them, and then that's what they keep coming back for. You know, once they get a taste. What was my original? What was I going to do with them? Oh, just have them take out credit cards. So not even really like.
Yeah, no, I think you need to think bigger, Tom.
No, yeah, but see, the beautiful thing there is like no risk of violent crimes or anything. I mean, you can get them to shoplift and then Just
you
have
can do
them,
that anyway, though.
Yeah,
Old
and
people are allowed to shoplift.
and then just be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was my son's house."
Tombo.
That's me.
You know what this weekend is?
Dun, 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 bum, bum, bum,
4th
bum.
of July weekend in America. Why didn't you keep going? You don't know the rest of the song?
No, not really.
Ah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wait, that's not it.
Something like that.
Yeah, whatever. Sousa March. We'll put should we put a
Musical
music
bed.
under the entire episode
Yeah.
of just a Sousa March?
Okay.
Tom, it's 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
And,
if you're listening to this now at a barbecue, celebrating America's independence.
Yeah, we do all sorts of things to celebrate our independence from that lousy King George.
Yeah. Go screw King George.
Yeah, you can't tell me.
Well, now that's just a little baby.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's not a king yet.
But he will be one day. Boy, you'll be a king soon. That's
Yeah, I understand. I understand what it is.
a nice song for him.
Yeah.
That'll be his march.
I
Play it again.
didn't you wish that that instead of that one boy they had twins?
I didn't care. Why would I care?
Because imagine they had twins and then they like had a lifelong feud over who would become king.
I think it's just whoever's out first.
Yeah, I know, but the other one would be like, "Oh, so close."
Yeah, I was pushing you out of the way.
Yeah, exactly. And then like I don't know, maybe there's some intrigue that goes on there.
All right. Maybe.
What? Don't you want to see brother pitted against brother?
That's like every, like fictional, well, and it's happened throughout history, too.
Where? When?
I don't know, Tim. We're probably not going to be around to see this kid.
Oh, I plan on being around.
I mean...
Who's next?
Next
you got
in
the
line?
Queen, right?
Yeah.
You got the big-eared man. Is he next?
He is her son, yes.
So he's going to...
I believe he is next in line.
He ascends to the throne.
Yeah.
And then the baby?
No. Then I think probably Prince William.
The rugby player?
No. There's no rugby player.
I feel like most of them are rugby players.
No. I think there was rumors that Princess Diana, that the one kid is the son
Okay, so
of
it's
like a football
right,
player.
So it's the queen, then it's the big-eared man, then it's the bald man, then it's the baby?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
I know. I think there's something weird there where it's not the big-eared man next.
Okay.
It like skips a generation
Tom,
or
I've
something.
completely lost interest because guess what?
What?
This is about us cutting loose from
Yeah.
them.
When
we don't
we
have
were-
to care about whether the baby's next, the bald man, the big-eared man.
Yeah.
They're irrelevant to us.
No, this is probably what happened with our founding fathers. They were sitting around trying to figure it out, and they were like, you know what? Enough of this. Enough is enough. John Hancock, get out that pen of yours.
Yeah.
All we have is this old paper? Well.
You thought it was already old when they...
Yep.
That's an interesting
Oh, don't we
theory.
have any new paper? No? All right.
All right. Well, this is very important, so this
Yeah.
can't wait for us to...
Yeah. Then we can't run to Staples.
You
You think they're going to have like one day in the future, like at a museum, they're going to have like, some Staples A4 paper under glass? Like, oh, look at that. That's where they signed the treaty with the aliens.
I think it'll be a freaking...
A digital display?
yeah.
Well, then you got to keep the batteries charged, Tim, or else all hell will break loose.
Yeah. You know
If
what?
the-
They'll have battery technology by then, Tom? You know what? When we sign the treaty with the aliens, they'll bring the battery technology.
No,
They'll
the
be like,
aliens?
yeah.
Yeah, but what if while they're putting the battery technology in there, they're like, once it is under glass, we will change the wording.
Sure. I imagine.
Sure.
Well,
Tim,
of
I
course
hope
that-
you're not the one negotiating with the aliens when
of
the time
course that's
comes.
going to happen. I just think that's inevitable, Tom.
Yeah, well, it doesn't
No, the
mean I have to
aliens
like
come. I'm nowhere near those negotiations.
it. Where are you?
I'm digging a hole as far
Digging a-
underground. And I'm hoping that they're afraid of whatever goes. Maybe I'd try to go undersea. under the sea.
I have a question. How deep a hole do you think you could dig by yourself?
How long do I have?
Forever. But you have like a shovel. That's it.
You'll hit like something that's very tough to get through, right?
Yeah, like we'll do it out in the country. You won't have to worry about pipes or anything like that.
Right, but like you know, like bedrock.
How deep? You got all the time in the world.
All right, so I have my entire life.
Yeah.
Do I have an incentive to dig deeper?
It's your life's mission. It's your life's goal.
Yeah, but like
maybe it's like all you got going on.
Yeah, but if it's all I got going on, still, some days I'm going to wake up and be like, I don't feel like digging
There's
today.
nothing else to do.
That's all right. I'd rather just sit there and look at the sky.
All right. If you
dig a hole all day.
If you don't, some guys will come and beat the hell out of you.
All right. Now, there's an incentive. How many hours a day do I have to be digging?
At least 8 hours a day.
Well, I don't
if you don't want to catch
this.
a beating.
I don't want to do this then.
Well, tough shit. This guy's going to beat you.
All right. Then I'm going to figure out a way.
There's no way. There's no way out.
Like a fence?
Nope. It's just a wall of men waiting to beat you.
I'll outsmart them.
You won't outsmart. They're also the world's smartest men.
Yeah, so smart guys aren't good at fighting.
But there's a ton of them.
Here's what I'll do, Tom.
Mm-hmm. You're not going to learn jujitsu in the hole.
Well, Tom, what you don't understand is that as soon as I dig deep enough...
and you can't dig under them. They'll know something's up.
How will they know?
Huh? Because they'll hear rumbling under their feet.
Why are
They'll come check the hole every day.
Why are they doing this to me?
You don't know. That's the most difficult part.
So, am I to assume that I'm thinking, well, surely they'll let me go?
There's not a way out of this, Tim. You just gotta dig.
No, but I'm thinking they have something. They have a depth in mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that
China.
when I hit that depth, they'll let me go.
Yeah, that depth is China, Tim. You gotta dig to China.
Well, no. Then I have no incentive. I'll just wait for them to beat me to death.
Instead of just digging a hole?
To China?
Yeah.
Through the Earth's core, Tom.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do that. It's so hot down there.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty hot down there. Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. How deep do you think you could dig a hole?
Probably to China.
Yeah, probably
pretty far.
I hear you're pretty good at digging.
Maybe. I think I can probably dig a hole under these circumstances 500 feet.
I have no concept of how deep 500 feet is.
I mean, it's like a skyscraper. Like a small skyscraper.
For the rest of your life, that's as far as you think you'll get?
No, because, Tim,
How do you get the dirt out? Wait, how are we getting the dirt out?
Maybe there's like a bucket you can put the dirt into once you get deep enough.
Do I have to hoist that bucket up?
No, we'll take that off your plate.
Oh, that seems like it's the hardest part.
Yeah. Yeah, because at some point, like, you're not going to be able to date. You're going to spend most of your day just hoisting dirt up otherwise.
I know, but that's part of digging, Tom.
Yeah.
It is. You can't neglect
well,
that
that's
part.
why we're factoring it in.
Okay. Well, or who's helping? The men that are presumably beating
It's all machine driven.
I thought maybe I could occupy the men with the bucket and then make a run for it.
Nope, Tim. There's no way out. They'll shoot you if you even try something.
So I would try something.
All right, well.
I don't want to live in a world where I just have to dig day
so
after
you'd
day
rather commit suicide by man.
Yeah.
By super strong, intelligent men.
There's no... I would want to understand why this was happening to me.
All right, what if they gave you an explanation that was, you were like, all right, that's a pretty good reason.
Yeah, I can't imagine what that reason
Maybe
would
it's
be.
to save all the world's children.
All right, but how? Why? Why would digging a hole?
They're going to go in the hole when the fires come.
Well, that's not a good life for them either.
The
At
fires
some point...
are going to be very quick.
Oh, okay.
They're not going to. They're going to have to go in the hole for 15 minutes tops.
You'd still think the ones on the bottom wouldn't fare that well.
They'll put shelves in. It'll be okay.
Okay. Who's putting the shelves in?
The men. Not all of them.
Not all men.
Not all men. Not all men are putting those shelves in. But anyway, Tim, we're talking about the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Not hard manual labor. We're talking about celebrations.
Yeah. And our founding fathers rapping their way to independence.
Tim.
Rapping to Independence Hall, baby.
Yeah, Tim, that's you're thinking of the musical Hamilton. Which is not,
have you ever seen it?
I've not seen it. Have you seen it?
What are you, poor?
Yeah. Well, I'm not the kind of guy that can spend hundreds of dollars on a Broadway play.
All right.
Just to see a rapping president.
Well, first of all, he wasn't even the president. And
yeah, but they've got rapping presidents in there.
Yeah, they do. All right, I'll set the stage. 1776.
Mm-hmm.
A young Alexander Hamilton walks down the street of New York City.
It was around back then.
It was.
Wow.
In fact, in New York, you can be a new man.
Is this the song?
Tom, what, have you not seen Hamilton?
No, I haven't seen Hamilton.
A young Alexander Hamilton sees Aaron Burr walking down the street.
And says, I challenge you to a duel.
That doesn't happen yet. That happens later.
Yeah,
I think. I've been listening to the Hamilton soundtrack, Tom.
Trying to piece together what happened.
I haven't. Well, also, when it comes to hip-hop, I'm just not good at listening to the words. They talk too fast.
Yeah, but this is Broadway hip-hop.
Tom, it's the realest hip-hop ever.
It's street. It's street.
What does that mean? It's street.
It's street. It's legit.
Oh, yeah. This is very current terminology.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
You know what when I love when, like, comedians, like old white comedians, are like, hey, I'm down with the kids. Yo, 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 my posse. You know when they say that? I think Robin Williams did that a lot. It was like, don't do that. That's not what kids sound like. Nobody said posse in 30 years. Nobody ever said posse. Get out of here.
All right. Fair point, Tim. Anyway.
Somebody needed to take that one Robin Williams down a peg.
I have a question about Hamilton.
Okay.
Hamilton didn't have a goatee, did he?
I don't think so.
Well, how come Lin-Manuel has like a goatee?
I don't know. Because he's not actually Alexander Hamilton.
Yeah, no, but it seems like a weird.
That's just the way the man looks, Tom.
No, it's not the way he looks. It's the way he chooses to look. He chooses to have a goatee.
Yeah.
He could be like, you know what? I'm a Broadway star. Back in old times, people didn't have goatees.
Yeah, they also didn't rap the freaking Declaration of Independence.
Oh, were you there?
That's a fair point.
Yeah. There are no audio recordings of what happened.
Yeah.
Did they rap the Declaration of Independence?
No, I can't make out the words. It's all gibberish to me. Oh, yeah, I've been listening to this. I haven't gotten past, like, track 9. It's really good, but it's just like, okay, that's enough Broadway rapping for me today.
Back to regular Broadway.
Yeah.
One
day more.
That's
what I listen.
Is that from Rent?
Les Mis, man.
No, I don't know. I don't know Broadway, Tim. People are always talking.
What do you know? You don't know Broadway. You don't know vaudeville. You don't know Tin Pan Alley. What do you know, Tom?
The last Broadway show I went to, Tim, was Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. Or the last Broadway musical, at least.
Yeah. I mean, before that, what was it? Cats?
It might have been Cats.
I don't like how the cats interacted with the audience.
Yeah, when they come. I don't like anybody interacting with the audience.
Yeah.
Don't come out and paw at me.
Don't do anything. Don't look at me. I'm looking at you. That's the arrangement. I paid my $75. I look at you. Yeah, you don't look at me.
I sit here in the dark where you can't see me, and I just look at you.
Yeah. So sing your songs.
Yeah. I don't like any kind of audience participation.
No. Because, like, all right, audience participation, especially, like, when, like, this bothers me when I see magic shows.
You say that like you go every week.
I know.
You would love to.
No, I say that as a person who has gone to a couple. Tom.
Yeah.
Like, why would you assume that I said that I
because you're like, this is the thing that always bothers me about magic shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've been to a few.
Well, before it was a couple, now it's a few.
Yeah, a few. I recalculated.
All right.
when because there's only two ways that an audience volunteer can be: very reluctant, which is annoying because it's just like, all right, just go along. Just
go along with it. Let the man saw you in half.
Yeah, reluctant and too cool, or like really hamming it up there.
Yeah.
And that's the worst for obvious
reasons.
Yeah,
we're not here to see you.
Yeah, you should just be like, you should be an empty vessel up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're just a prop.
Nobody
prop.
understands that.
Yeah. Well, because the people who are like that, Tim, they're not looking to be picked.
Well, then don't go to a magic show.
Well, come on. Now you're going too far.
There should be a designated thing in society.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, a way that you can self-identify, that you can let everybody know, hey, I'm not up for.
I'm opting out.
Yeah, no audience participation.
Yeah, there should be like a kind of hat you can wear to shows.
Yeah,
that just says like "bug off."
Bug up. I bet if you just wore that hat,
leave me alone. Yeah, but then you start making hats that say "leave me alone." People start wearing them everywhere.
Yeah. Then we don't know when it's appropriate to approach anybody.
Yeah. We should go, me and you, to Las Vegas and see a bunch of magic shows sometime.
That's the only thing I would ever do in Las Vegas.
Me too. I don't like gambling.
No.
There must be a way we can...
I don't like lots of lights either.
Yeah. It's the city of light.
Yeah.
We have to figure out a way, though, because magic shows are expensive.
Yeah, but I would.
I feel like there's some way to scam. Like, no, we're gonna gamble a lot. And they're like, all right, here, free magic show. We're like,
we're not gonna gamble at all.
We're just gonna go see another magic show.
Maybe we get your army of old men to sit there and gamble all day, and we take their magic vouchers.
They give you magic vouchers just for gambling?
Didn't you? Wasn't this your whole plan to get into the magic shows?
Yeah.
10 seconds ago?
Well, I don't know if they
I thought maybe you did some research. Now,
I don't know if they actually give you vouchers. I don't know.
What do you think? That like a man like walks you to a seat?
Yeah. Oh, sir, we have a table reserved for high rollers.
No.
Yeah.
It's called the high rollers table, and you just walk up to it, Tom.
No.
You just need to have your credit card.
And then what? And then pay for it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, that plan's out.
Okay.
So we got the old men, and they're getting a bunch of credit cards and gambling. I mean,
they're getting the cash advance from the credit cards.
Yeah.
They're gambling. They're having a great time.
Right.
Old folks love gambling.
Yeah, and they're playing with
their oxygen tanks.
They're playing with the house's money.
Exactly. Which is really the
credit card. Yeah, that's what I call the house.
Exactly. And then the floor manager's like, "Hey, well, how about you take these David Copperfield tickets?" And we'll be
I'd like to give them to my grandson.
No, you wait till you say, "Old man, don't say a goddamn thing." You take these vouchers and you smile.
Yeah.
And then when the floor manager walks away, we have to have a way for them to do a drop. Because they're watching
they're probably going to drop it anyway. Tim, they're old.
Yeah, but they're watching everything on cameras. Is what I'm like.
Okay.
We got to be extra. I mean, going to Vegas, taking this old man scam to Vegas is dangerous. Before we really know what these old men are capable of.
This would be a good. You can make like a Ocean 17 or whatever, like way in the future when all these people are old. Like they're back with a couple of young guys, a couple of young schemers.
It'll be like Zac Efron's son. Like really playing George Clooney and Brad Pitt for all they're worth.
Yeah, I'd go see that movie.
Man, that's gonna be sad when George Clooney's a 90-year-old man, huh?
What do you care?
It's going to be sad to see.
Well, I mean, he's already older than he was before.
I know, but when he's a guy that like really can't do anything anymore.
Well, you probably won't see him. He'll probably stay out of the limelight.
Yeah, I'd like to see George Clooney try to stay out of the limelight.
Well, maybe he'll be like a Dick Van Dyke character.
That's true.
I think he'll
Dick Van Dyke's a little sad these days.
Dick Van Dyke's fine. He's very old.
Yeah.
And, he's still tripping over the ottoman and everything.
I don't think so.
Yeah. That one time. Tripped over the ottoman. Broke his head.
Never got back up.
Never got back up. One day,
If
one day he's
Dick Van
gonna trip over that ottoman and
Yeah.
not get back up.
Imagine, like, it's gonna be sad when he passes away.
Well, it's gonna be sad if he dies tripping over an ottoman.
No, that's the thing that would lighten everybody's mood. If
no, then
if he
people
has
would
an
be.
ounce of decency, what he will do is he'll realize when it's the end, and then he'll trip over that ottoman
That ottoman in the sky.
for the last time.
No,
And we could all go,
because
what a great man that Dick Van Dyke was.
Because then people are going to watch, they're going to be like, I can't watch the Dick Van Dyke Show anymore. You know, that's how he died. Tim, this week's episode is brought to us, you, everyone, by Blue Apron. You know Blue Apron. You sign up. They deliver fresh, beautiful ingredients, locally sourced, organic, great things with recipes to make meals out of this stuff. Tim, you made some of these meals, right?
Tom, I made some of these meals, and as I mentioned last week, I was freaking skeptical.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'm just gonna No, it's the best. If you're somebody who cooks a lot like me, or if you're somebody
you have knife skills. You're always telling me.
Yeah. Or you're someone like
you
Tom.
took a knife skills class.
Who just you just do the hot pocket thing most nights.
hot pocket on a hot plate.
Exactly. This is for both of us. It's quick, convenient. It's better food than you'd make yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
Even if you're going from recipes.
Yeah.
Like non-Blue Apron recipes.
Because they're making their recipes a lot of times with they're like, all right, what we got here? What's good right now? What's some good ingredients? Okay, let's make a recipe. Listen to some of these recipes coming in July, Tim. A little sneak peek.
All right.
Creamy shrimp fettuccine with sautéed green beans and spinach.
Yum.
Sweet chili chicken with Tinkerbell peppers. Have you ever even heard of Tinkerbell peppers? They're probably tiny. Green beans and jasmine rice.
Maybe they're magical.
And then this sounds good. Spiced steak and tomato avocado salad with creamy cone cabbage and red onion slaw.
I love a slaw.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. Tom, I used to be like, what kind of jerks would do this thing?
Yeah.
And then I tried it.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. It was great. So if you're skeptical at all, if you're like, I don't need this, they send like perfectly portioned.
Yeah, everything's portioned out already.
Great ingredients, and it's give it a shot.
And it comes out to less than $10 a meal, Tim.
Yeah, but for listeners to our show, I believe,
Tim, we have a great deal for them.
All right.
They can check out this week's menu and get their first 3 meals free with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/guide, GUID.
GUIDE.
Yes. GUIDE. I'll read it again. blueapron.com/guide, GUIDE. You'll love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. So don't wait. That's blueapron.com/guide. Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
I'm going to go off script for one
What?
second.
Tim,
here.
no. Shut down everything.
Look, if you do this, you support the show. If you're skeptical, if you think this isn't for you, just give it a shot.
Yeah.
Because what these people are saying is they will send you 3 meals for 2
Yes, so 6 meals total.
for free.
Yeah.
With free shipping.
And it actually is like very easy to cancel. It's not one of those like, you have to call us.
If your grandmother knew that someone was going to send you a box of like delicious free food, and that you weren't taking advantage of it, she'd go,
be ashamed.
Maron,
Even if she's not Italian.
Even if she's not Italian.
Yeah.
So just do it. It helps us out, and I really think
I'll help you out.
I think you'll like it.
blueapron.com/guide.
Okay. We got a little off track there, Tom.
Yeah, 4th of July.
4th of July, our nation's birthday.
I drank my soda. I'm going to drink another beer now.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Tom?
Good, Tim, because guess what? I was going to do it anyway.
Cool. Where does 4th of July rank for you?
Oh, as far as holidays go?
Yeah.
Do
you want to do the top 5 holiday countdown?
All right. Thanksgiving, number 1.
Right. Okay, we'll count up, I guess.
Halloween, number 2.
What, better than Christmas? You're crazy.
Christmas, number 3.
Okay.
What other holidays are there? Easter.
Yeah. You can't make a holiday on a Sunday every year and expect me to get excited about it.
Yeah, I never know when it is. It's always floating around.
Yeah.
It's always at like a time when it's not really spring yet, but it's supposed to be. It's a spring holiday, but you're like, it's still kind of cold.
It's like you never know when it is, but you can be sure it's on the most depressing day of the week, a Sunday.
Yeah.
You still got to go to work the next day.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless you work at a church, unless you're a priest.
No, they work every day, man.
Nah. They work on Sunday. They got the rest of the week off.
That'd be great.
The rest of the week to themselves.
Imagine you went into the priesthood thinking that because you're like, this is the best scam ever.
Yeah, everybody's always saying like teachers, they got the whole summer off. Guess what? Priest got 6 days off a week.
Yeah, and then the freaking you get there first day of priesthood.
Preschool.
The Monsignor comes in. He's like, Reynolds,
yeah,
you got Monday 5 a.m. Mass. And he'd be like,
what?
Monday Mass?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Since when do we start offering that?
Yeah.
Was it a limited time offer, though?
And they like know the year when like the Vatican told you that you had to have Monday 5 a.m. Mass. The Monsignor would.
Okay.
And then some really old nun would really have it out for you, too.
I don't think they have old nuns at preschool.
No, not school. It's when you get...
once I'm done.
Because you went
through... went through preschool and I didn't realize.
You were not a good student, Tom.
Yeah.
You were just partying. You were drinking the wine.
No. That would be a fun comedy. You know, like a guy going through, like... And you would have the, like, boom, boom, song with like a guy like
going through preschool.
Yeah, Father Tom thought preschool would be easy, and be like, yeah, you get 6 days off a week, until the Monsignor set him straight.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna have to pair together with an old nun.
No, the old nun has it out for him. She's the one that
old nun has it out for him.
But in the end, she's the one who like saves his hide.
Yeah.
From like the rival church, like the synagogue across town.
Yeah. They're like, we're going to move our services from Saturday to Sunday in direct opposition of you, in competition.
All of Judaism turns into...
Well, at least the one across the street.
Okay.
And then, it's directly competing. Then you got like a escalation of like different, promotions that they're running to get more people in. You get some...
We've lost sight of the slacker priest. Or is he the unlikely
No,
hero?
he's the one behind. He's like, we're going to put the nuns in bikinis. We're going to do a nun bikini car wash.
Tom.
Yeah.
I don't like this movie anymore. All right, so you got Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to run down the cast
Halloween.
list.
Christmas? Or...
Yeah, Christmas
What don't
is up
you like
there.
about Christmas?
It's just like it's a stressful time of year. A lot going on. You got to shop. You got to figure out where you're going to be.
You
and
don't
when.
shop for anybody.
Yeah, that's why it makes it so stressful. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, I should be shopping.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Easter's not in the
Yeah,
running.
Easter's not in the running.
New Year's.
No, New Year's isn't good.
I guess 4th of July is 4th by default, huh?
Yeah, and then no 5th.
Yeah. Labor Day.
Yeah, or Memorial Day.
Yeah. I would say Memorial Day because that's closest to my birthday.
Oh, wow. Always thinking of yourself, Tim. Always thinking of yourself and the troops. So 4th of July.
Yeah. Okay. Barbecues.
Mm-hmm.
Great. I love a barbecue. You know what?
Doesn't love a barbecue?
This might be number 3 for me.
Yeah. Yeah, once you start thinking about the barbecues are great.
Yeah.
You never have a bad barbecue unless people didn't bring enough stuff.
Yeah, or a kid chokes on a hot dog. Like in Field of Dreams. I, to this day, could not eat a hot dog because of that scene in
Tim,
Field of Dreams.
Now you're just telling lies. I can't eat a hot dog.
No, without thinking.
Well,
that
you
I'm
didn't say
choke.
that the first time.
I know, Tom.
There's a kid that chokes on a hot dog on Field of Dreams?
Have you never on Field of Dreams?
Does he come back with all the ghost baseball players?
No, it's a little girl.
Uh-huh.
It's the girl from Transparent, the television program.
But that came out after.
Yeah, I know. She grew up.
What?
Guess what?
Wow.
She chokes, and then one of the ghosts, or an old man who turned into a young man, has to...
What? No.
Yeah.
Oh, when he unghosted.
There was an old man,
Okay.
and then when he stepped onto the magical baseball field...
Oh, right. He turned young.
He turned young, and then the girl starts choking on a hot dog.
Ruining everybody's time.
Her lips turn purple, and then the old man... who is now a young man. When he was an old man, he was a doctor.
Right.
So he came off the field to like give her the Heimlich or whatever. Which is like, and he turned back into an old man, and he could never turn back into a young man again.
He can't just go back on the field?
Apparently not.
Why they couldn't bring the girl onto the field? Did he not have his doctor knowledge?
But he didn't even really do anything. Kevin Costner had enough knowledge as just a farmer to a farmer knows the Heimlich maneuver.
Yeah, there's always farm accidents happening.
A farmer knows how to deal with a kid choking on something.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's a stupid movie, Tom.
I never said it wasn't. So there are ghosts, and then also old men can turn into young men?
Yeah. It was a magical baseball field,
Kevin Costner went through all this shit just to watch a baseball game?
Well, his dad was in it, I think.
Was he, or his dad just like watching baseball games too?
No, his dad was on the team, I
Kevin
think.
Costner didn't play in the Ghost baseball team, though?
No.
That's ridiculous. I'd be like, all right, guys, look, I know I'm not as good as you, but come on, I went through a lot of trouble here. Let me have one at-bat. Let me throw out the first pitch or something.
He had a catch with his dad. It was
God.
But his dad was like a younger than him, because it was...
Yeah.
So it was... 0 stars.
Yeah, what a dumb movie.
What a dumb movie.
But anyway, barbecues are great.
Yeah. So just watch the hot dogs, everybody. Fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Can we decouple fireworks from the 4th of July?
Why would you want to?
I think fireworks stink.
What? Tim, get out of America if you think fireworks stink. What? You stink. I'm not going to... Tim, I'm leaving.
Well, what's so great about fireworks?
What's so great about fireworks? What isn't so great about fireworks? A, they're dangerous. B, they are super loud. C, did I say they're dangerous? D, they explode into a magical array of lights and sounds and colors.
All right, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen a fireworks display that 3 minutes into it you've been like, that you haven't been like, all right, we can wrap this up? Are you like, no, I want this fireworks display to go on for hours? No,
Yeah, sometimes.
It's loud and annoying and like not that impressive. It'd be impressive if like...
Are you describing a fireworks display or yourself? Loud and annoying and not that impressive.
I know what I said, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
It would be...
Tim, I'm sorry I said that, but you said that fireworks stink.
Fireworks... They're not, like, exciting.
They're
People,
synonymous with exciting, Tim.
Dumb families bring all their blankets to a public park.
Why do you care?
We gotta watch the fireworks. We gotta look into the sky.
What, and you're at the park like, oh, I'm trying to play night frisbee.
No, it's just...
all these families with their blankets out.
No, and they applaud. Oh, it's the grand finale. Oh, they're setting a lot of them off. So what?
Tim, they're applauding. The people, the Gucci brothers setting off the fireworks, they can hear the applause and they appreciate it.
Those Gucci brothers are probably the most corrupt criminals.
Right?
Right?
Well, they're probably deaf from all those fireworks. They can't hear everybody applauding.
Fireworks. And then not the people that like in suburban areas that like in New York, you're not allowed to have fireworks. They're illegal, right?
Right, unless you're the Gucci brothers.
Yeah, or like
is it the Gucci brothers?
No.
No, what are their names?
The Garibaldi brothers or something like.
The word flying isn't in there?
No.
The flying Garimaldis?
I think that yeah, that's right. And then like I don't know.
They always talk. Sorry, because they always talk about like, oh, you know, it's the Flying Garibaldi brothers doing this. Like you've ever heard of any other people doing fireworks? Like you care. Oh, well,
you care.
I'm a connoisseur of fireworks.
They're your idols, apparently.
I don't even know what their names are.
Yeah. Well, Get a better role model.
I've been trying.
No, all right. If you were in a helicopter and they were exploding all around you, that's exciting. That's something now. Now we're getting somewhere.
Well, that's unnecessarily dangerous.
All right, but otherwise, it's just like, oh, great. In the distance, something. When's the last time you've, like, really enjoyed a fireworks display?
Every time I've seen them.
Really?
Yeah.
That's BS, man.
What's not to enjoy? You don't normally see things shooting into the sky and exploding.
There's a lot of things you don't see often.
And whenever I see them...
I rarely see people getting hit by cars, but I'm not like, oh, it's wonderful. Oh.
Well, Tim, I'm saying you rarely see things where nobody gets hurt. That's enjoyable.
It scares dogs.
Not my dog. My dog doesn't care.
All right.
Well, all I care about is me and my dog. They don't scare me. They don't scare my dog. It's fine.
They don't scare
That's my
me.
rule about everything.
They bore smart people and they scare dogs.
Oh, so you're saying dogs aren't smart?
Dogs aren't smart people, no.
I mean, in fairness, my dog seems to get bored by them. Maybe she's just super smart.
Yeah.
Have you ever shot off fireworks yourself?
No.
Too scared?
Not interested.
Tim, you've never held a firework in your hand and let it shoot off?
No, because, like... And I hate this, too. I hate when there's, like, a gruesome fireworks accident.
Yeah.
Especially now in the social media age.
Right.
Where, like, a story will go viral about somebody doing something stupid with a...
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, oh...
Well, what did you think was going to happen?
Yeah, the Darwin Awards. First of all, the Darwin Awards...
Mm-hmm.
That's disgusting that everybody has gotten behind this thing. That it's like, oh, let's describe somebody's gruesome death in great detail and mock them for it. All right. Oh, yeah, they were doing something stupid. You know what? Everybody's done a bunch of stupid things in their lives, and you're lucky none of them killed you. You shouldn't be mocked by everybody for dying. There's enough punishment being dead from something dumb you've done.
Well, I think the thing about like the idea of the Darwin Awards is that when that idea first started, the deaths were like super complicated and like made you think there were 100 different places where this person could have rethought what they were doing. But nowadays, you're right. It happens when there's
admittedly got drunk and set off a firework and blew his friend's head off.
Admittedly stupid things, but like decisions made in the moment.
Right.
And yeah, everybody's done something where they're like, wow, that was stupid. And especially like I've done a million things where afterwards I've gone, ooh, why did I do that?
Yeah,
that could have gone really bad.
That could have gone sideways fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what, Tim? I jumped that canyon again. I don't even care.
Hero.
Yeah. Just hearing that applause was all I needed.
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
When have you ever set off fireworks?
Tim, I've set off fireworks.
When?
Not in a while.
Okay, when?
Probably like 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
Where?
North Carolina.
BS.
It's not BS. You're BS.
You've never... There's no such place as North Carolina, Tom. That's the thing. Mm-hmm. We've all been lying to you this whole time. There's no state called North Carolina.
Why'd you guys do that?
To catch you in this lie right here today.
Well, I mean, it's not even a lie. It's really just
now
I've been
humiliated.
Fooled. You've been changing all my maps?
Yeah.
You know what? I've been looking at my maps lately, and I've been thinking, I think this state's drawn in. It doesn't match up with the other ones.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you hadn't.
There's just one Carolina, Tom.
I wish the two Carolinas could, see what they have in common.
Yeah, get along, guys.
Yeah. War's been going on for too long.
The United States.
Yeah.
We didn't kick out that King George so you guys could be feuding.
We didn't kick him out.
Yeah,
he wasn't here.
His
minions
his
were.
policies were.
Yeah, and his knights.
His egregious tea policy, as I understand it.
Yeah, we were like, enough is enough.
Yeah.
We're going to dump all this tea, and then guess what? To add insult to injury, we're going to drink more coffee than tea.
Yeah, it was like, well, you can't tax our tea. Get out of here. Then we got him out of here, and then we're like, you know what? We don't even really like tea.
Yeah. Like, you know what? This climate's suitable for coffee. Down in
guess we didn't need to kick that
Mexico and South America.
That King George out of here, because it turns out we could have just gotten along fine with just not drinking tea.
Yeah. Well, again, things you learn in hindsight.
Yeah. All right. Barbecues.
Mm-hmm.
Check.
Yeah.
Fireworks.
Double check.
Check.
You don't like. All right. Just stick on fireworks for a second.
Okay.
I know you enjoy perusing a good fireworks store, though.
I don't often find myself in a fireworks store. Not really.
No? I love fireworks stores. They're
have,
so weird.
Stupid names for things.
Stupid names and like crazy graphics. And like a lot of the fireworks, what they are is explained cryptically.
Like what?
It will just say something like raining balls of fire. Yeah. And you're like, what is this?
I mean, that's
what does this do? Every firework I've ever bought, I've bought because I didn't understand what it does.
Right.
And I wanted to see.
Right. Well, if they got like poets to write the thing,
then maybe
there'd be no curiosity. And you'd be like, oh, I know exactly what that experience is.
This poem is transferred the emotion of witnessing.
Evocative. Yeah. So why would I purchase this?
Yeah, that's how they get you.
From this backward stranger.
You know how many poets have been fired from fireworks marketing companies? What are you doing? You're giving the product away for free on this description.
Come on, leave something to the imagination.
Get out of here. I love perusing a fireworks store, but you gotta go.
I'm always afraid that it's just gonna.
I mean, that happens all the time.
Jackass is gonna like light a cigarette. There's nothing worse than the defiant cigarette smokers at like a gas station or like a fireworks store that like, it's fine. I know how to smoke a cigarette.
It's fine. I have control over fire. I have control over this uncontrollable element. Yeah. It is crazy to me that fireworks stores, I guess it's not crazy. It's not a great business to have. There's absolutely no protection other than tons of signs. Like they don't keep the fireworks segmented from each other, so
it's
like
just a pile of the most flammable material.
It's not like, well, if a fire started, you know what? We have these fire doors people have to go through. There are segments, so really only like part of this place could explode. Nope, the entire place could explode, and
in like one explosion, like everything explodes at once.
And on top of that, what would you like to see more than an entire fireworks store go up?
Yeah.
And those places, they've got like, crappy drop ceilings. The fireworks are going to go right through them.
Yeah.
They're fun places. I love fireworks stores.
I feel a sense of unease in them. And I also don't like the whole thing like, we're going to go bring... Oh, you drove around with fireworks in the trunk of your car.
Very long time. Forever. Too long.
And like, you lived in fear of getting pulled over.
No, I lived in fear of the trunk exploding.
No, but you were also like, I can't get pulled over. I can't get pulled over because the cops will find these illegal fireworks. Just take them out. I think you threw them in a storm drain.
Yeah. They were very dangerous. Well, I looked them up because I had these little ones. They were like little like TNTs. And it was the same stuff. Try something. I looked it up, and it becomes destabilized over time.
Yeah, haven't you ever seen
Lost?
Arst?
Yeah, Arnst.
Yeah,
on Lost.
Yeah.
That's what made me think about it, and then I Googled it, and I was like, oh, no. How am I going to get rid of these fireworks? Because I was like, they're very volatile. I can't just throw them in the garbage. The whole garbage will explode. I'll put them in the storm drain.
Yeah.
It was very
Blow
easy.
Up the whole city, Tom.
No, they're fine now, I'm sure. Yeah. Probably washed out to sea. But yeah, I had a lot. They were very tiny, and I bought way too many of them.
Probably stuck in some whale's baleen right now.
They and the package open, they just went everywhere.
I like a sparkler.
Oh, you're a sissy.
Tom, whatever.
Whatever. What are you going to do with the sparkler?
Tom, you're Tom, let me just congratulate you for being one of the toughest men that I know.
Well, thank you.
You've lit off fireworks at some point in North Carolina at one time.
In fairness, Tim, you don't know very many tough men. Tim, another staple of the 4th of July is parades. You know that song, I Love a Parade.
Is that a song?
Yeah.
Oh.
What did you think it was?
I thought it was just
saying?
a phrase, yeah.
I don't love a parade. I don't like parades.
I don't like parades either.
Yeah. And I didn't like them when I was a kid, right? You didn't like parades when you were a kid?
No, I mean, because older people, like my mom was like, oh, a parade's great. It's like, yeah, because when you were a kid, life sucked.
Tim, that's not the way most people think.
No, not that, but like I had so much more entertaining diversions
than
when
parade.
I was an 8-year-old
Yeah.
than my mom had when she was an 8-year-old.
Right.
So when it was like, oh, there's going to be people marching down Main Street.
Yeah, and you're like...
She was just like, hell yeah, I'm going to wave my flag. There's going to be a marching band. I didn't care.
And you were like, Mom, in the time since video games were invented.
Yeah, a million things were invented. Toys.
Yeah, toys.
Life doesn't suck anymore. A parade isn't.
Well, but in Tim, now you're contradicting yourself because you said life sucks when you're a kid.
No.
You were like, listen, Mom, don't get me wrong. Life still sucks for me because I'm a kid.
No, what I was saying,
but not as much.
No, what I was saying is when my mom was a kid,
life sucked.
Life sucked.
Yeah, she probably had to go
because
work in the coal mines or something.
Kids didn't have anything to do.
Yeah, she had
when
to
I
go
was a kid,
work as a chimney sweep.
Yeah, kids had so much to do.
Yeah.
So like a parade is garbage. And like when they try to be like, oh, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, they have all these big balloons. Great. Great, a big balloon, a big Garfield balloon.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was always how your parents would rope you into like, oh, you'll like watching the parade. Guess what? They got Bart Simpson this year. And then you would see it and you'd be like, cool, you know what else I could watch on this same device? An episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah, where Bart like moves and talks.
Yeah.
Says his catchphrases.
Yeah. Instead of listening to, some dope, be like,
Al
you know
Roker.
What? Yeah. So here he is, everybody. Cowabunga, dude.
Everybody's favorite 4th grader, Bart Simpson.
Yeah.
Whether it's fixing the test scores to get the best scores or dropping a banana peel all over the floors. He's really...
don't have a cow, man. Yeah. Parades stink. And then even like the Macy's parade, you're like, all right. I mean, that seems pretty cool. And then your parents are like, hey, guess what? There's a 4th of July parade in town. You're like, oh, great. Maybe they'll have some, that... Bart and Sonic the Hedgehog were kind of boring on TV, but like to see it in real life, that would be pretty cool. Nope, it's just going to be your local, Lions Club or whatever marching down the street.
I imagine also, like, back in the day, like, during the height of the Cold War.
Mm-hmm. They put missiles through the street.
No, but like, 4th of July and like other patriotic parades.
They parade missiles through the street as a show of power.
I mean, that wouldn't... they would shoot off guns, and people would go collect the bullet shells. Do you remember this?
Really?
Yeah,
wait,
but there were blanks.
I would collect...
I
do remember that.
We'd follow the parades on our bikes.
Yeah, and pick up bullet shells.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I always remember the excitement being kind of short-lived.
Yeah.
Being like, great, now I got these bullet shells.
Yeah.
Now what do I do? I can't shoot anybody with
them.
them.
Now you can use them to
kid.
You can use them to implicate somebody in a crime.
It's true.
They've already got the fingerprints on them. Now you just need to put them in the right place. You can implicate somebody from the Knights of Columbus in a crime, in a murder.
What else? 4th of July.
Yeah.
Kind of nothing, right? Like, and it's fine that it's nothing.
Right. It's not like Memorial Day where it's like, oh, we're supposed to be remembering.
But we don't. We just like get a sale on a mattress.
Yeah,
and,
but people don't. But then I don't think anybody even feels bad. But there's just people online who are like, you should just be sitting at home thinking.
Well, if you're gonna have a day,
right,
where you remember all the people that died in wars, right?
Even the bad guys.
No.
No, I don't think so.
God, no.
Today's the day we remember the good guys and the bad guys from wars.
But just make that like a solemn day, right? Like,
yeah.
It feels weird to me.
You can't have a day off that's solemn though, because people are just like a day off.
So make it a crappy Sunday holiday, like Easter.
I'm worked to the bone, and now I finally got a day off, and I'm just supposed to be sad.
Yeah, but people are just like, oh, I'm gonna go to the water park.
Yeah, but the 4th of July, it's like, hey, that's a day we told King George to stuff it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's your duty as an American to really do as many
crimes.
free things as possible, like fireworks. King George didn't want fireworks.
If we ever instituted the purge in real life, it would be on July 4th, right?
Yeah, probably. That would make the most sense. Yeah.
I think that's how Trump's going to sneak the purge in. As some sort of patriotic 4th of July thing.
Or maybe it would be like the 5th of July. I could see that. Nah, but then people would spend the whole 4th getting ready for it.
Yeah.
Maybe it'd be the 3rd of July, and then the 4th of July would be like, all right, now everybody...
No, because
relax.
4th of July is celebrating freedom.
Mm-hmm.
What's more free than being bound by none of
Complete
man's law?
freedom.
Yeah.
I've never seen The Purge or The Purge 2 or the new Purge that's not out yet.
It's a number of hours. I forget, 12 hours?
Yeah, I know the plot. Everybody
There's
knows the plot.
no crime.
Well, no, there's lots of crime.
There's lots of crime, but nothing's called a crime, so it's all legal. It's like, crime? We don't even know what that is. Go nuts,
everybody pretends that they forgot.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how the movie works.
They spend the day before replacing all the dictionaries. And they're with the versions.
Even Encarta CDs, Tim?
Yeah.
That's...
Even Microsoft Encarta CDs.
Wow. That's a lot of work for programmers out there. Do you ever...
Purge is another big government program.
Do you ever partake in 4th of July sales?
No, I don't
feel like
shop.
I feel like there's no like 4th of July sales. I guess there are like car sales.
Yeah.
And you are looking for a car.
I am looking for a car.
Yeah. Maybe.
Just not at Hudson Hyundai in Jersey City.
Oh, man, Tim, you're using your platform for evil.
Yeah, the worst place I've ever been, with the worst people I've ever seen.
Wow. Well, I'm sure they'll be out of business this time next week now that you've publicly slammed them.
But yeah, I'll probably buy a car from them on Monday, the 4th of July.
That's when all the sales will be.
Good sales.
Yeah.
Sheets. I feel like sheets and bedding, 4th of July.
They're on sale.
Yeah.
Not that that's like a 4th of, like, everybody get your finest bedding. It's the 4th of July.
No, I mean, we all have to go to sleep at some point.
That's true. That's the nation's motto.
If I was president, there'd be a lot more naps. You know what?
Tim, you and Trump both don't understand what the president's what they can
the president
enact.
can inspire people.
Yeah.
Like, if 9/11 didn't happen, I feel like George Bush, by like 2003, would have been like, doesn't everybody just want a nap in the afternoon? Let's all shut everything down from 3 to 5 p.m. and we'll all nap. And everybody would kind of be like, all right, that's fine.
We'll give it a try.
Yeah.
And then afterwards probably be like, you know what? It's a pretty good idea.
Yeah. Instead he was like, let's start a bunch of wars.
Yeah. Naps, not wars.
Yeah.
That'd be my platform.
That's great. That's a great platform. I'll be outside both conventions with signs and a pillow.
Wearing pajamas with a little nightcap. I'll tell you what, though. Doing that would cut into nap time.
What?
Getting the whole get up.
Yeah, but, you know, it's fun. It's fun to wear a nightcap.
You've never worn a nightcap.
I did when I was a little kid.
No, you didn't.
I did. There's
Why?
pictures of me. I don't know, because it was the thing to do.
It was the style at the time.
It was adorable.
Do you have any last words about the 4th of July, Tim?
I don't like your attitude this week.
Why?
You're acting real condescending, like Like me saying that I've been to magic shows means
well, you're saying that I've never set off fireworks.
Because you haven't.
I have, Tim.
Just like last week when you're like, I throw Frisbees all the time.
I do.
You claim to do so many things that you have no evidence of you ever doing.
Tim, you cited two of like the easiest things that a man can do. Throw a Frisbee, light off a firework.
Yeah, but you claimed that you throw a Frisbee all the time. You don't.
When did I claim I throw? Oh, we were talking about Frisbee golf.
Yeah.
I didn't say I throw it all the time.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, let the record show I did not. And I have lit off fireworks. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, you see, you're walking it back already, Tom.
Tim, I'm going to light off.
Lion Tom.
I'm going to get some fireworks this weekend.
Low energy Lion Tom.
I'm going to get some fireworks this
Crooked
weekend.
Tom strikes again.
Shoot one at you. You're not gonna see it coming.
It's good to make threats.
Yeah, now if there is a horrible accident, that's going to go viral. A man who threatened his podcast co-host only days before was arrested this week for...
Yeah, that would happen to you, and then I'd get the freaking Darwin Award.
Yeah.
Check out this dope who died.
Yeah. His friend told him he was going to shoot a firework at him, and this dope just stood there and took it.
Tom, you and I, as part of a larger group, are we're all going away.
Yeah,
we're getting a house.
The Complete Guide to Everything corporate retreat.
Yeah. Are we gonna get fireworks?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
I feel like a certain someone's going.
Yeah,
who probably has stocked up on fireworks.
That's kind of what I'm hoping, or I'm at the very least hoping that. So Tim, I'll light off one firework, but then you know what? I'm not gonna push my luck. You know, I'm gonna be like, all right, that was fun, and then that other guy, I'm gonna have him do it all.
Yeah, I don't want to have to drive anyone to the hospital though.
No, we'll just let him bleed out. Tim, I'm telling you, if we get the fireworks that I'm thinking about, you're not gonna have the option to drive somebody to a hospital. It's gonna be too late. What are you gonna do? Drive somebody to the hospital? Hey, put this guy's head back on.
Maybe they're making great.
They are trying to do a head transplant in China.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I'd want a head transplant.
Well, it's not cosmetic.
No,
it's
but like if my head fell off.
It's not a guy whose head fell off.
Then what is it, Dub?
It's a guy, I think he has like MS or something.
Okay, but like also...
And,
like,
you know, he hasn't had like any use of his body in decades. And he's basically like... And I think it will like eventually kill him. But I don't think that's even the point. His point's just like, look, I've been trapped for like 20 years. Give it a whirl, guys. No, you know what? No harm, no foul if it doesn't work. I'll sign whatever. Just put my head on, some...
a muscle man's body.
Yeah, on some hard body's body.
If it's not a muscle man, I'm out.
Yeah. No, and I'm willing to wait until a muscle man dies to take his body.
Or a bird.
Tim, they can't put it on a bird. What bird could you put a man's head on?
An eagle.
No, you have no concept of how big many birds are.
You have no idea.
There's no bird with a neck big enough that you can put a...
Yeah, all right, so they'll figure something out.
First, they need to figure out how to put a head on a different body before they start getting involved with birds.
Maybe it's easier to put it on a bird's
body.
No,
why would it be easier?
I don't know, Tom. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
Are you a doctor now?
No, I guess you're right.
Do you know about head transplants?
Nobody does. Nobody's done it yet.
Are you a Dr. Frankenstein now?
No, Tim. I never will be.
So it's as good a guess as any.
Yeah. I'm just saying logistically it doesn't seem like it would work. It would seem like there'd be some overhang with the neck.
You make a neck that's thick at the top and thin at the bottom. Great, I solved
it. We're going to make a new neck?
Yeah, Tom.
Oh, come on. We're years away from making new necks.
How do you know? Maybe they've been working on it for years already.
Why would they have been working on that?
So you could put a man's head on the body of a bald eagle, so man can finally fly, take to the skies.
An eagle cannot fly with a man's head is too heavy for an eagle to fly with.
What do you know? They scoop a lot of the goop out. Scoop the goop.
Those are brains. All right.
Yeah, you just need a bird brain.
Well, no thanks then. Tim. If that's what it takes to be a bird, then I'm out.
I got news for you, Tom.
Yeah, bird.
You're already qualified.
Yeah, bird brain rattling around in that head, trying to fly.
Your head's way too big for a bird.
Yeah, my head's too big for a man's brain.
Yeah, that's why you have to lie down all the time.
I get tired. All right. If you like the show, you can go to tcgt.com to find out more. You can support the show the easy way, tcgt.com/Amazon, where you can find all of Amazon's products, but we get a kickback.
Same Amazon you know and love.
And you can...
We didn't rebuild our own Amazon.
No, we're not a competitor. Or the fun way, tcgt.com/pledge, where you can support us on Patreon. Get a bunch of cool fun perks like amazing facts. This week's facts is about rich people.
Yeah, rich folk. See how the other half lives.
And we got people watching right now as we speak on a live stream.
Hello, everybody.
That's just for them, not for you, unless you're a Patreon subscriber. You can follow us on social media. Facebook.com/Complete Guide. You can follow us on Twitter @Complete Guide. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram @Tom Reynolds.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram @YourPalTim.
And you can email us to CompleteGuideEverything@gmail.com. And you can check out tour dates for our upcoming shows in London. TCGT.com/tour. And we are going to be announcing another date.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's almost it's pretty confirmed.
Huh. Yeah. I'd like to know about this.
Yeah, Tim, well, you're going to have to tune in next week to find out.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, Tom.
We got to text that guy to make sure there's some fireworks this weekend.
Yeah, that's true. It's Paul.
Yeah.
We could say that.
Yeah, it's Paul. It's fine.
Yeah. Nobody knows who Paul is.
I mean, even if they do, what are they going to do? Call the police?
He's a nobody.
I was listening to a podcast, and they were talking about a friend of theirs might have fireworks. Can you send a SWAT team over?
We didn't even say we're going to a place where we're not allowed to have fireworks.
Yeah, for all you know, we're going to a place where fireworks are fine.
I did tell the Airbnb person when booking the house, we're not looking to set off fireworks or anything.
Why'd you say that, Tim?
So they would rent us the house, and now we'll set off the fireworks.
Tim, above all else, that sounds like something somebody who's going to set off fireworks would say.
Well, she bought it.
Well, I think she...
Hook, line, and sinker, my friend.
People don't... Do you think that there's people on Airbnb like, well, the last thing I want to do is rent my home.
On 4th of July?
Rent my home to somebody who's renting it just with the intention of setting off fireworks.
I think that's if you don't want fireworks set off on your property, which is fair.
I think they probably just say that. Or they'd assume that you're not renting a house just to set off fireworks.
It's a pretty fair assumption that some degenerates from New York City are coming.
Well,
why'd
you tell them where we're from?
That they're going to want to set off fireworks. It's fine. We'll do it. It'll be great. They didn't ask for like a security deposit either. This place is going to rule.
All right, we'll see you next week.